What does it say about Republican leaders, people who have ascended to the highest positions within the party, a governor of a state? What does it say about these people that Kristi Noem, obviously, you know what the title is, you know what the thumbnail looked like when you clicked on this. Kristi Noem thought it would be great, that would be a selling point. It would be a positive thing to write and talk about her executing her dog, shooting her dog, her puppy in the head because her bird hunting dog, she bought it to hunt pheasants, attacked chickens, a puppy. And she is telling you in this book, almost with delight, it seems, how she hated this dog, a puppy. Any of you who have dog, like I've got a dog, I love my dog. I cannot imagine executing my dog for anything. And this is a selling point. This is a, hey, look at me, buy my book, I am awesome. This makes me a better governor that I'm able to murder puppies and a goat, by the way. I'm going to read that. Here's from the Rolling Stone. Kristi Noem describes executing puppies she hated in new book. The South Dakota governor describes killing an unruly hunting dog in an excerpt of her new upcoming book obtained by The Guardian. Noem describes in excruciating detail the brief life of Cricket, a 14-month-old wire-haired pointer puppy she intended to use as a pheasant hunting dog. Noem describes Cricket as having an aggressive personality she hoped to calm by taking the dog on a hunt. According to the governor, Cricket didn't so much hunt as have the time of her life, quote unquote, chasing birds and going out of her mind with excitement. You know, like a puppy. This would not do for Noem, who attempted to rein in Cricket with verbal commands and a shock collar before declaring the hunt a wash because an untrained puppy had a playful romp rather than read its owner's mind. On the way home, Noem made a pit stop at the home of some locals who own chickens. Cricket, fresh off her joyous bird-chasing romp, escaped the truck and began terrorizing the chickens like a trained assassin. You mean like a puppy whose breed has been designed through breeding, selective breeding, to hold these traits, to want to go after a bird. And you brought it to where there were chickens loose, and then it's the puppy's fault that it went after a chicken. Like a trained assassin, Noem writes, Cricket began grabbing one chicken at a time, crunching it to death with one bite, then dropping it to attack another. I hated that dog, Noem recalls, calling Cricket less than worthless as a hunting dog, untrainable, and dangerous to anyone she came in contact with. You mean chickens? Birds? The species of animal that it's genetically designed to go after? Are you a bird, Kristi Noem? Or did you feel in danger because of the 14-month-old puppy? Noem dragged Cricket to a gravel pit and shot her dead in front of a startled construction crew. It was not a pleasant job, but it had to be done, she recounts. And after it was over, I realized another unpleasant job needed to be done. The governor then decided that another one of her animals was deserving of summary execution. A mean, old, disgusting, musky, rancid goat who sometimes chased her children and messed up their clothes. Pretty normal behavior if you've ever been around a goat, but in Noem's eyes, a capital offense. But unlike Cricket's mercifully quick death, Noem botched her first shot at the goat and was forced to run back to her truck for more ammo to finish off the wounded animal. And Kristi Noem voluntarily wrote about these two instances in her book as though it makes her appear like a better leader, like a more hinged as opposed to unhinged psychopath who has bloodlust for killing animals. Not hunting. This isn't going out and hunting a deer. This is a domestic animal, a dog, and a farm animal, a goat. And listen, I grew up, we lived in Arkansas for a time, and there were goats on this farm we lived on, and they are surly bastards, especially billy goats when they are in rut or when they're trying to attract a mate. They piss on themselves, this musky, stinky odor, and they're gross. But it's what they do. It's their biology. I mean, look, it doesn't take much to extrapolate out other things that are biologically normal and naturally occurring that these people despise with their entire being. Dan Lusson, a professional hunting dog trainer, told Rolling Stone that a 14-month-old dog is a baby that doesn't know better. To me, it's a lack of guidance by the owner or training by the owner or discipline of the owner, he says, explaining that young bird hunting dogs in training often go through a slow process of introduction to dead fowl before even being around gunshots. There's a lot of steps that you take before you take it to a field and shoot birds over it. And then there's obedience training. Does the dog know how to come when it's called? Does the dog know how to sit and wait? Why would you put a dog down with these instincts? It's a hunting dog and you got chickens. It doesn't know the difference. But that is a executable offense in the minds of this Republican governor who wrote this thinking that she would be showered with praise because of her stone, steely-eyed grip on reality and leadership, I guess. Why else would you put this in writing? To recount this tale as though it's a positive moment in your life. You murdered a puppy. A 14-month-old dog is a puppy. It's a puppy. Republican Party. Someone who is maybe now more. Maybe she moved up the list of Donald Trump's VP selections with this story. The more sociopathic that you are, it's a selling point for Republicans. Gross, disgusting, violent, murderous, bloodthirsty. That's what this is. Unhinged, irresponsible, gross. Anyway, what do you think? I'd love to know. We can have a conversation in the comments. You can call, leave me a voicemail, 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me daily at dollemore.com. I talked about it in the first video today, but I got a lot of feedback on the shirt last week. If you want one of these, you can go to dollemore.info. There'll be a link below, and that'll redirect you to the Teespring store where you could pick up your own shirt. Anyway, thanks for joining me today. Another way to support is becoming a channel member for $2 a month. Click the join button below, see what's involved there. Go over to patreon.com/IDoubtIt see what's involved there. All good choices. Follow me on social media. I'm at Dollemore. I'd love to see you there. And a lot of theirs right there. There. I'll see you next time. Be genuine. Take care of one another.